Hi, this is James, and I thought I'd make a quick video of a little change I made. I bought a bitfenix fan to replace the, I think it was an Aerocool that I had, but one of the wires came out of the Aerocool, and I just, because there was no markings on it, positive or negative, I had no idea which way around it would go, and I thought, oh, I can't be bothered with all the hassle of trying to find out. So I thought I'd buy this bitfenix fan. £9 delivered off eBay. You know, that's just crazy. It wasn't new, but apparently it's only been used once. So it was a different fitting system. I had to put on these really long screws. I don't know if you can see them very well, see if it'll. But they're really long, and it doesn't have any shoulders on it. If you can imagine the inside of the fan, has shoulders, but the old fan had shoulders. So hard to explain. I'll have to show you the old fan. See if I can find it. Bear with me a minute. I think it's down here somewhere, and amongst all the junk. There's the other front that I bought off the 200R for the 200R. I put the two fans on. I modded that front panel. There it is. There, ooh, dusty. See, it's got little. Zoom in. It's got little shoulders there, so you don't squeeze the fan into the cowling, into the bezel. Let's take this up. And you could use relatively small screws to fit into that because it's closer to the front bezel. So, but with this bitfenix, it's not the case. I had to get really long screws there. It was quite interesting to fit. Quite difficult. There's not been that many changes to this case. I put the anti-vandal switch there. I just drilled a hole in the mount, the facing. Popped it in. I've got a bigger vandal switch, but I've got it on this. Just get it. I've got it on the side there, and it just pokes through and goes down. So I'm going to keep that together. Maybe buy another one of them and fit it onto that somewhere on that case. Be a bit creative. I've got a big blank space there I could do something with. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to fire this thing up so you can see the and it is really quiet. I mean, it's very quiet compared to the Aerocool. That Aerocool was noisy. It's like a turbine. It's very dusty. I'll have to clean it. I'll show you what I mean about the wires. The wires just came out of the. See if I can get it in focus. Oh, where are we? Yeah, these two wires just came out of this little block, and I cannot. If I put my mind to it, I could find out. I could do a bit of digging and experimentation and get them in properly in the right place. But anyway, it's done now. I've bought a new fan, so I'll maybe do something with that at some point. Fix it up when I've got mind to. So that's an update on that. That's a lovely fan. I don't know how much pressure it's creating. I'll just turn this case around, open the side panel up, and I'll move the LEDs from the one was on the top I'm always on the bottom. I've got them both on the bottom now. I've got to excuse the inside of this case, it's a real mess. Let's take this off. And I've oh, that's another thing, I've installed a 140mm fan down here. Both LEDs are down there now, both strips are down there. One of them's kind of outside. There we go. These ones I bought weren't expensive, they were a few pounds off eBay, and they're quite bright, they're not bad. And I've got them all connected, everything's connected to the Phobia. Oh, it's not focusing. Where is the splitter? I can't see it, but it was buried in there. But it all connects to that, and it's running really quiet. If I just, where's the speaker on this thing? If I find the speaker, put the speaker next to the PC. So I'm trying to find the speaker. There it is there. If I put the speaker next to the PC and just shut up. Very, very quiet. And I'm thinking about getting LEDs. I don't want to go over the top though. These were really cheap, these two top fans. They were like £4 each. Obviously I bought 5 of them. Amazing. And they're not, they spin quite hard, those ones. But because I've kind of reduced the inlet, as it were, of the, where is it? If I can find it. Of the splitter, the Phobia splitter. I've actually, the signal coming in, the voltage coming in has been reduced. So all the fans have been reduced. So that apart from that exhaust, the exhaust it comes straight off the motherboard, and so do the two Cooler Master Evo 2 112 fans. These are 120mm. Both of them are off the motherboard. I want that controlled because this is 4.3 gigahertz. This processor. Can't remember. It's an FX, AMD FX. Can't remember which model it is. 6700 or something. Quad core. And it turbos at 4.3. It's running now at 4.2, and this is a brilliant cooler. I mean, I fancy liquid cooling, but that is a brilliant cooler. It doesn't run the way I want it to run. I want it to be horizontal, like coming, all the air coming from the front, going all the way right up through the back. So I wanted this turn, this whole thing, I wanted to turn it. But you can't do it with AMD, you can do it with Intel. But it's still, I mean, this fan's sucking in, that fan's drawing air in, it's intaking, these two are intaking, and everything else is just drawing air out. So, it seems to work well. It's not, there is dust in there, but it's not, I mean, I've cleaned this once in about a year. And that's not bad. Look at that. It's nothing. So I've got the actual pressure of it quite good. There's a wee bit of dust on there. So it was intaking some dust. Some of those fins have caught it. And there is a little filter on, well, not a filter, but a grill on the front. Yeah, there's an FX. Where is it? I don't know what model it is. FX unlocks, the AMD FX. Yeah. So wire management's a bit messed up because I've been doing different things. But it's not bad. Got a little SSD in there, and then I think that's a 320 backup drive, and I've got my NAS in the corner there over there. The 2 terabyte NAS which backs everything up. But these are all super silent fans, dead silent fans. And that front fan's amazingly quiet. Yeah, it's drawing in cooler. Nice. Anyway, it's just been a little bit of an update on my PC, what's been going on with it. All I've done really is added that fan, and I got that fan a couple of days ago and it's arrived today, and I popped it in that front panel, that bezel. I might liquid cool this, but I do like the air cooling. I'm starting to, I mean, that's running at 4.2. It's not too shabby. And it's cool, and the temp's only at 32, 33. And it does everything I need it to do. I wouldn't mind an 8 core, but it's just money in it. And I think the 8 cores, I don't know, can you get them at 95 watts? I don't want a 125 because it just, I'd have to change that power supply if I got a 125. That arrived damaged like that. And it hasn't seemed to have affected it, but I was a bit annoyed. And you might think, well, all this going on in here, that you need a boat bigger than 430, but you don't. I've done the stats. I've done a stat sheet on it. Excuse me. And everything that's running there, I told, just put in everything that I had, everything that was running, all the fans. And I was only coming up to about 340. So I've got 90 watts, probably less than 340 actually. So I've got plenty in reserve. So it's kind of a myth that you need a big power supply. You don't. I think if you've got loads of graphics cards. One thing that annoyed me about this motherboard, I've probably said this before, there's no USB 3 header. I've had to pass it through. Which isn't ideal. I made that bought that connector and passed it through. And I don't understand why on a motherboard like this, Asus motherboard. I mean, it's a modern motherboard. It's not the highest end by any stretch of the imagination, but weird. Anyway, this is a small update. Hope you enjoyed, and please keep an eye out for more videos coming soon. Thanks very much.